Yo, Covino and Rich, Overpromised, presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code Overpromised, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details. Bringing the hose. Rich bringing the hose. The holiday spirit. Welcome to Overpromised, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. We are Covino and Rich from Fox Sports Radio, from Union, New Jersey, from Franklin Square, out here in the mean streets of L.A.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you for joining us on our bonus podcast on a very special day, too, because we're celebrating 19 years of working together.
That's right,
You
buddy.
believe this?
Happy anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Well, I got picks. I got a teaser that is like, how could this go wrong? So I got some DraftKings teasers and parlays we're going to go over for week 15 of the NFL. Holy shit.
And Rich is super fired up. Thinks this whole Draymond Green thing is BS, and we're going to tell you why.
It's nonsense. I hate fake shit in sports, life, relationships. When you force apologies or force action
Save it. Zip it.
All right,
Zip
chill.
it, Zippy.
All right.
Speaking of BS, how about when someone says to you, Rich, you know what my favorite Christmas movie is?
This might be one of my biggest pet peeves, and I judge you if you say Die Hard.
Die Hard. You know what annoys me even more than the answer? The fact that they think that they're the first ones to ever tell you this.
Listen.
Get this. Die Hard. And you're like, yeah, that? I've heard that for 10 years. And then it's the constant debate of, is it a Christmas movie? It's a Christmas movie, This is the more tired debate than LeBron or Jordan.
This shit bothers me so much. I get it. It's the cool answer. Stop acting like you're the person that discovered it. And can I tell you one thing that seals the deal for me why it's not a Christmas movie? If you're saying Christmas movies, if you said, Rich, my favorite are Elf, Vacation, Love Actually, Home Alone, I'd say, you're a normal freaking human being.
Sorry, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Thank you.
Put that on the list.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Frosty.
All the claymations.
Claymation Rudolph. But when you say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I think you're a dope. And I hope I'm not offending our boss or anyone who feels this way. But I tell you, if you say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I feel like you're trying to be cool just for the sake of being cool. Like, there's new ones out. Family Switch on Netflix with Ed Helms. You got Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy. They're constantly pumping out new Christmas movies.
And
so for you to say Die Hard,
classics like It's a Wonderful Life, I'm just throwing it out there for the older folks. Like, these are Christmas movies. Now, there's other movies that people claim are Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies. However, we're going to give you some of our favorites that maybe you haven't seen, okay? Before we dive into Rich's picks and everything else.
Let me tell you what aren't Christmas movies. Can we go over that first? I made a list of these are what bozos call Christmas movies.
We'll start with Die Hard. And again, this came out in 1988, all right? Stop living in 88.
And Die Hard 2.
With all respect to our guy, Bruce Willis, all right? We say this respectfully. Great movie.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. Amazing character. That's a cool ornament, Spot. I love the ornament. But, I mean, it's a tired answer. It's not a Christmas movie.
Spot always nails it home. Spot, when did Die Hard come out? Tell everyone, because this, to me, is the proof in the pudding, in the Christmas figgy pudding.
Die Hard, I believe, was released. It was July, but I believe July 25th.
1988. How
so
the hell?
It's technically, I mean, Christmas in July, but it's a summer movie.
It's a summer blockbuster.
Summer blockbuster.
Right. You know what else is on this list? I'll shout him out. One of the board ops at Fox Sports Radio tried to sell us on Batman Returns. Our buddy Prophet. I'm like, dude, you're a dummy. This is not a Christmas movie.
Right. I mean, Mr. Perfect adds a lot to our show, but not that.
Gremlins. Great movie. I loved it as a kid. Little Mogwai. Not a Christmas
1984, good 80s movie. Hasn't even held the test of time, to be honest. Great characters, but not a Christmas movie. Get out of here with that.
If you tell me, and I love it, one of my favorites. I loved all of them. The Lethal Weapons, not Christmas movies. Just because there's Christmas lights behind
Christmas lights in the background.
Because Riggs and Murtaugh fighting on the front lawn with Christmas ornaments doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie.
Right. It takes a little more than ornaments and a sweet mullet right there to make it a Christmas movie.
Recently, over the last few years, people are like, Iron Man 3 is Christmas.
I haven't heard that one yet. People are saying that?
Add that to the list
Get
of
out of
dummies.
here with that. It's a superhero movie, not Christmas. Because there's a Christmas tree?
There's a Christmas tree.
But the reasoning's stupid. I don't like it.
But there's a Christmas tree.
I don't like it. And it's all stemmed with, yo, guys, Die Hard. Like, get over that one already.
I just wanted to start today's Overpromised by just dismissing the buffoons that call all of these movies Christmas movies. Because, listen, if you don't want to go with the traditional movies or the rom-coms or the corny Hallmark ones, Covino and I put together a list of a few cool, even like rated R.
And more current
Christmas movies.
Right, exactly. And when we agree, it's fact. These are ones we agreed on.
Yeah. You want to start with a sequel that is very Christmassy.
Oh, honestly, I don't think enough people talk about it. I love it. Daddy's Home 2. Because you got Mel Gibson, you got Mark Wahlberg, you got John Lithgow, and Will Ferrell.
It's great.
Dude, nobody talks about this movie enough. We're telling you, if you have some spare time tonight, this weekend, watch it.
It's fantastic. And my wife and I recently watched this. It's a couple years old now. Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon, Jon Favreau.
That's a good one.
Great, like I said, rated R Christmas comedy for Christmases.
Rated R, but still funny, humorous, and has heart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it has all the elements. It is a Christmas movie. That's the point. And maybe you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Now, this one has a cameo from Word Up, Jimmy Butler, Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston. Office Christmas Party is so good.
It's very good.
It's about
our pal
Christmas Party.
Olivia Munn is in it, and a very young Jimmy Butler, before he was Himmy Butler. And you probably haven't seen it in a minute. Maybe you saw it when it came out. Definitely worth reinvestigating.
And a bunch of buddies that are partying, drugs and booze and fun around the holidays. The night before. This is a good one. Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie. Is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
It sure is.
Those little elf ears?
Yeah, and again, another movie that I haven't seen since it came out, but I know I liked it. We enjoyed it together. Definitely worth the watch.
I'm pretty sure we saw a screening of that and someone yelled at you for being on your phone.
Yes.
Is that where we were?
Yes, some guy turned around. He's like, excuse me, do you mind turning that off?
The light from your phone.
Is this the holiday spirit? Is this what's going on right now?
We gave you a bunch
you want
of
a piece
movies.
of this?
We gave you a bunch of movies to watch. You don't have to call Die Hard a Christmas movie. The end. All right, want to get into some picks for this week?
Let's get into it.
Now, we got Saturday games and Sunday games. I'm going to start with a teaser, and I know I don't want to tease you too much, but the Broncos are playing the Detroit Lions. Now, I look at those two teams as the Lions as a team that is in like murky waters right now. Like, what, did I say waters like I was from the East Coast?
Well, you are from the East Coast.
Waters.
It's like when my mom says, coffee. You want some coffee?
The Lions are in murky waters. Let me take a sip of water.
No, they may be, as the Tommy Cutlet's family would say, fugazi.
A little fake. Well, the Lions
They may be frauds.
9-4. Listen, they're a playoff team. They're going to likely win that division unless the Vikings do something. But they're dealing with backup quarterbacks. Point is, they're at home against the Broncos. That team turned their whole season around. They lost a week ago. I'm sorry, they won, but they lost 2 weeks ago. But the Broncos have won, what, 6 of 7?
6 of 7, yeah. And should have won the game they lost.
They are, get this, 4.5-point underdogs in Detroit. I like bumping that up to 10.5. I love the Broncos as a 10.5-point underdog. Getting more than double digits, I love. So I like the Broncos plus 10.5 and the Chiefs, who are going through a little time of struggling, but the struggling is all bullshit stuff like offsides, drop pass in the end zone, like really correctable things. So I think the Chiefs are always, as long as you have Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid, I can't, you can't say that they're out of the mix.
And I got to say, me losing it, I think inspired the rest of the team. I think everybody's fired up, play behind me.
I think you woke up the beast is what I think,
You're
Rich.
playing the lowly Patriots. Now, the only rub is that it's in New England, but they're 7.5-point favorites. You tease that down to -1.5. So, as I said, this is the how could it go wrong 2-team teaser.
I like that one, though.
The Broncos, 10.5 as a big underdog against Detroit. I think the Broncos could straight up win the game.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs, if the Chiefs can't beat the Patriots in New England by 2, what the F?
This could be the turnaround
Yeah.
for the Chiefs getting on track. playing like the Chiefs we know.
Now, a money line parlay. These are teams I just need to win. 3 teams just need to win. No point spreads. I'm ditching the points and just saying money line. Now, the Eagles. Let's start with the Eagles. They're playing at the Seahawks. Eagles have dropped 2 in a row. They're still fighting for that division. The Eagles are trying to find answers. They just played 2 great teams, the Niners and Cowboys. Back to reality, back to average opponents. At Seattle, not what it once was, but I do like the Seahawks losing at home. So Eagles, money line. I think the Eagles could just beat
I like that.
the Seahawks.
Yeah.
You think the Eagles are going to drop 3 in a row?
No, they got to turn it around. This is their chance to turn it around.
And the Browns are hosting the Bears. I don't know why this point spread's only like 3. I'm just taking the money line anyway, but the Browns, Joe Flacco's rejuvenated. They got such a great defense. The Bears, I think people are a little high on the Bears because they just beat the Lions and they've shown some life. But in Cleveland, I like the Browns to just beat the Bears. So Eagles just beat Seattle. The Browns just beat the Bears. And that Saturday game, 2 7-6 teams that sort of, I don't know, they're confusing me. I think Pittsburgh's the Pits, as my mom would say.
It's a good one, bro.
I like the Colts in a money line.
Okay.
I like Gardner Minshew. I like the Colts just to win the game. They're playing Pittsburgh. I like Indianapolis to make a run for the playoffs. I think Pittsburgh's on the downslide. So the Colts, the Browns, Eagles, 3-team money line parlay. Lock that bad boy. Load it. Let's go. These are my picks. You don't need to do it. I'm just saying the how could it go wrong 2-team teaser and this money line parlay. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas time.
Well, hey, DraftKings Sportsbook, can you believe we're this deep into the season? I said week 15. We got to make every second count. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can make the most out of every game. Bet on your favorite team for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting 5 on any matchup.
So get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use code Overpromised. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on the NFL. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code Overpromised. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
I mean, how could that teaser go wrong? Spot, throw that up one more time, please. I called it the how could it go wrong teaser. How could it go wrong? Do you think that Kansas City won't beat the Patriots?
You give this the Rich Davis guarantee? The George Foreman guarantee?
I mean, that shit means nothing in this NFL season.
Exactly.
I started out so hot, I'm slumping. I feel like I'm going to make a late season surge to actually come out this season.
You're like the
top.
Eagles. You're like the Eagles, man.
But you
started hot, and now look at you.
Do you think, you know what? That is true. I feel like the Eagles. The last couple of weeks, I'm sorry. Just haven't been on my game. But I do like that bet. I do like the Cowboys. There's a lot of games I like this week. So anyway, there you go. There you have it.
Well, welcome back to Overpromised, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Again, our anniversary show, 19 years together. This is our bonus podcast. Now, if you're watching on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page, thank you. How you doing? Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Definitely follow the podcast. And if you're listening to the podcast, check us out on YouTube, Covino and Rich. Now,
I'm going to take a deep breath because I got feelings that I think I'm just going to break it down and be real because I think a lot of people are just full of shit when it comes to this Draymond Green thing.
Well, Rich says that he's sick of the Draymond BS because, well, the update is Draymond Green is suspended indefinitely. Indefinite means indefinitely. Indefinitely means indefinitely.
What does that mean?
It means
for definite.
Yeah, for definitely. It means like
until someone.
It doesn't mean for infinity, but it means for like indefinite.
Yeah, the last time I think someone got suspended indefinitely was Gilbert Arenas for bringing a gun in the locker room. They're making it seem like Draymond's a murderer.
Now,
this is such BS. Let me tell you. You know what I hate?
He's not a murderer, but he has built a reputation, okay? I'm just going to give you all angles because Rich is all fired up about this, but let's remember what happened.
Let's
we all saw the play.
Yeah, let's
Nurkic is there. He's flailing. He's trying to sell a call, but it looks like he just punches him. You know? Right. Oh, and look at Nurkic. Laid him out. Laid him out like when when Marquez knocked out Pacquiao.
Oh, here we go. Look at it. Here it is. Here it is.
Bam!
Bam!
Right? So you're like, oh, man, as Draymond did it again. I saw that all over social media, so I immediately knew what had happened.
Yeah.
Draymond did it again. Like, oh. So again, you got to remember this is bad for the team. The Golden State Warriors are 10-13, bro.
It's early, but
It is.
I know. But listen, there's a couple layers. Draymond's apology. Let's get all this out of the way, then we'll discuss.
Sure.
Let's watch Draymond's, what some people are calling like the most half-ass apology, not really, of all time. Take a look. Draymond Green.
I was swinging away to sell the car, made contact with him. As you know, I'm not one to apologize for things I meant to do, but I do apologize to you, sir, because I didn't intend to hit him. I sell cars with my arms. I don't fall or to sell a car. I'm not a flopper. So I was just selling the car because he was grabbing me and pulling my hip back. So I spun away, and unfortunately, I hit him.
Sure about
Like
that?
I said, I
You know how it looked to me?
apologize you, sir.
Sure about
It
that?
looked like he hit him accidentally on purpose. Like, I like his reasoning.
Yeah.
Like, he was just trying to sell the call. But then I think he, like, purposefully hit him.
You know what it
And
reminds me of in the NFL? Remember Indefinitely Sue in his dirtiest play? He would step on someone and be like, oh, I didn't mean to step on him.
it looked like he was trying to get away with something dirty there. But again, he plays with that fire, that intensity. And Nurkic did go on to say that he still respects Draymond Green, no bad feelings, but it's the other stuff that he said about him that really raised a lot of eyebrows.
Ooh,
you know, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Listen to Nurkic. Yerk.
What's going on with him, I don't know. Personally, I feel like that brother needed help. You know, I'm glad he not trying to choke me, but at the same time, it had nothing to do with basketball, man. Like, I'm just out there trying to play basketball, you know, they're swinging.
See, what he said there was,
I think we saw that often, but hope he, you know, whatever he got in his life, get better. So.
yeah,
That's the
saying-
part.
Saying he needs to get help and like, I'm glad he didn't choke me. He's honestly feeding into the narrative that Draymond Green's a loose cannon and needs help.
I hope whatever he's got in his life, he gets help and gets better. That's the sort of headline that social media ran with too, that really made it look like there's more to it than just intensity. Now, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio did go on a rant the other day too, saying, look, Draymond's done. Get him out. Like, this guy's hurting the team and hurting the NBA more than he's helping at this point. And look, he's given a lot, not to take away, great player and all that. But he went on to also say that he's missed just about half the games this season, either because he was unavailable or suspended.
Are we going to forget that he's a future Hall of Famer, 4-time
Not at all.
champion?
Not at all, but everybody
you know
has
what
their
happens?
time.
You've said this before as far as some NFL stars. When their pain in the ass factor outweighs their talent,
Yeah.
you stop putting up with it. It's like a hobby. It sounds rude, but it's like a good-looking woman who gets old, and it's like, wow, people don't want to put up with her bullshit anymore when she's not hot anymore.
Exactly.
And-
nail on the head. I mean, I know that could rub some people the wrong way, but he's absolutely
Yeah,
right.
people put up with a lot of shit from hot women and talented athletes, and when they age out, it sounds rude, people are done putting up with their BS.
Now, remember, Rich said that this suspension and this narrative of he needs help is BS. And I think this has something to do with it. Let me throw some names at you, okay? And
Okay.
think about how the game has changed. There's no question the game has changed, but
Yeah.
did all these people need help? Maybe, because there's nothing wrong with that. We also need to make that clear too, right? Nothing wrong with talking to somebody and getting help. In fact, we commend it and we encourage it. There's nothing wrong with that.
BetterHelp was one of our sponsors.
Exactly. However, there's something to be said about this is a tough game and you're playing to win, right? You have a lot to prove. It's very physical, very intense. Emotions are high, right? Just because
Temperatures rising.
temperatures rose a little bit, does that mean you have issues? I don't know. Dennis Rodman. Yeah, one could say maybe he does and did need help, but a guy that played with a lot of intensity, right?
You're not helping Draymond's case.
Would he have, no, but would he have lasted in this league? You know, we would have been
course.
saying this a long time ago.
You mean the guy that left the NBA and joined the NWO for a few minutes?
Charles Oakley, who was choking people. Bill Laimbeer. Again,
Yeah.
all these guys that play with a lot of intensity. Ron Artest. Ben Wallace. Or you could just say people that played with a lot of heart. You know, it's a physical game. This is professional sports. You know, again, it's not football. It's not NFL. But they play with that same level of heart. that same desire to win. So emotions are high. And I think you really can't blame somebody when their emotions are at that level.
Now, it all comes down for me. I hate nothing more than fake optics.
Okay.
When people do something that's disingenuous just to sort of move things along. You know what it's like when someone gets caught cheating on their wife and they go to get help because they're a sex addict? Are you a sex addict, or did you just get caught and you're like, oh man, I couldn't keep it in my pants? You're not a sex addict. Every guy is a sex addict then. You just got caught doing something you shouldn't have done.
So you're saying it's just optics for the NBA?
Do you think Draymond Green
and for Draymond Green?
Do you think Draymond laying on some therapist's couch? And again, I think mental health is very important, but do you think Draymond Green laying on someone's couch talking about his emotions and feelings are all of a sudden going to change who this guy is?
Or is he just doing it for the optics of it to get him back on the court?
It's like when you get
so
caught,
that the NBA looks like they did the right thing. And I have a question too about that.
I'll give you a real life example,
Yeah.
and it has nothing to do with sex or basketball or anything. If you get a speeding ticket, and they're like, well, we could take the point off your license if you take this defensive driving course. Do you really learn shit in that defensive driving class, or do you take it just as the process?
I think it's like an internship or like we tell our interns, this is you get what you want out of it. Right?
Do you expect rom-com, sweet, gentle Draymond Green if he goes to therapy a
By the
couple
way,
times?
is that the guy you want playing for your team? The peaceful, that's his value there, that intensity in a lot of ways. I don't know. But again, is it soft to just say that he's doing this because he needs help, he needs therapy, and is that just to look good for the NBA?
Well,
and
according to the article Spot just pulled up, he's talked to the best. He's talked to Deepak Chopra about this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I wonder if he does seek help because that became the narrative, right? And again, it's never a bad thing. Does Adam Silver go there? Do they break it down? Is Steve Kerr invited? Is it like a family session?
I believe in...
Do they work it out? Is Nurkic, is he there for a session too? Or
I believe in
they chop it up?
I believe in therapy. I believe in bettering yourself. But much like a sex addict, much like you meet some woman or dude in the dating scene, ladies, and if someone doesn't trust someone, they have trust issues, one nice person's not going to fix them. There's deeper stuff.
No, it's like Green, this. I mean, we've all had friends that checked into therapy or any kind of therapy, right? It's like this guy has been binging for years, and then he goes in for a few weeks. You think he's a changed man? No, sometimes it takes time. Like he just did that just for the look of it, you know. So is it for the look of it? Is it genuine? All these questions come to mind.
You know, it goes back to, like you said, if the pain in the ass factor outweighs the talent. Listen, Jordan Poole's not on that team anymore. Why? Draymond Green. So you've changed around your whole team to accommodate this 4-time champion, but is he championship status anymore? We'll figure it out. But indefinitely, huh? How about
Indefinitely, which Rich thinks is BS.
What do you think Draymond's going to change? He'll be good. Honestly, it's like you break up with someone, you get back together, and they change for a minute. But then the truth, you think Draymond's done with being the guy he is? Stop it. All right. Well, hey, if you missed any of this or any of our shows, we love hanging with you guys. Overpromised. Thank you, DraftKings Sportsbook. We're getting closer to Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a great Hanukkah. We'll see you guys later. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the overpromised land. Have a good weekend.